All right, so let's unwrap this Mr. Money Loc, No Fear, No Pain, and the other one. What a shame to remove the hermetically sealed of 20 years, but here it is. And you know, I haven't felt a crispy CD cover. It's got this like brand new feel to it right now, which is crazy knowing that this is at least 20 years old. To feel all crispy new, it has that new feeling. The plastic feels new. Stony Burke Recordings. Look at that logo. You know, it's funny. We never knew anything about Stony Burke. We would never have if it wasn't for Bone Enterprise. And now we're fascinated with every single release that they had. It is fairly impressive, though, to see that they did have their own little record label. But then again, if you have whatever revenue from Bone Enterprise, it probably isn't that hard to have a label. So there you have it, Stony Burke Recordings, the CD. It's a pretty good looking CD. It's kind of interesting to see the orange when I scanned it versus how it looks yellow when it was just with the regular video camera. Now here's the back of it. We'll take a better look on a scan here. And let's pull out this front cover. And let's just straight read this back cover, see what we got here. Executive producers Ralph Rock and Sanders Henderson. I think Ralph Rock is Kermit's alias. All songs mastered at Hit Factory, New York, New York. So not Cleveland, but they were mastered at Hit Factory, New York, New York. Songs mixed at Masterworks Recording Complex, Panther Studios, and Sydney's 24-track studio. Copyright publishing 1996, Karasan Music, BMI, all rights reserved. Album artwork cover, Jim Dudash. Money Loc logo, Raymond Brown. Photos, Brad Ronovich and Leroy Creighton. Management, Kermit Henderson for DRC Inc. Management assistant, Louis B.J. Body. Marketing consultants, Hitman Street Marketing and Townsend and Associates. Manufactured and distributed by East Cleveland One Stop, P.O. Box 21820, South Euclid, Ohio 44121-0820, 216-249-7200/9300, fax 216-249-1612, Stony Burke Recordings, East Cleveland One Stop. Warning, unauthorized reproduction of this recording is prohibited by federal law and subject to criminal prosecution and a good ass whooping. Current releases also available. Now here's where we go. Bone Enterprise, Faces of Death, Dre Bone, My Saddest Day, and there's the little numbers with them to the side there, SBR 720, STR 7100. So Bone Enterprise and Dre Bone's album had already came out by the time this Mr. Money Loc album came out. Now the Bone Enterprise part's not a surprise, being that he's crumbling on the front cover. But now we know the chronology that Dre Bone precedes Mr. Money Loc, and that manufactured and distributed by East Cleveland One Stop Shop. That looks very similar to what's in the Eternal album cover, the Mystic. Hold on, you know what? I'm going to pull it up. Well, my bad. I was thinking of the Mystic Fortune Company on E 1999 Eternal. So let's see what else this booklet contains. We've got some liner notes here, and we have some special thanks. All right, number 1, Kevin Slow Jam and James intro. 2, Guns Gave Me Dead Homies, produced by EQ for Noise in the Cellar Productions, recorded at Masterworks Recording Complex, Cleveland, Ohio. So Masterworks Recording Complex is in Cleveland. Situation Critical, produced by Mr. Money Loc for Loc Up Productions, recorded at D Art Studio, Cleveland, Ohio. Dedication, watch this, produced by Bobby Jones, recorded at Panther Studios, Cleveland, Ohio. So we have a Bobby Jones credit on here. I don't know about you, but that's pretty exciting. So when we put out Dedication with Bobby Jones, make sure you guys check that one out. Number 5, Black America KKKA, produced by Jazz Mark, recorded at Panther Studios, Cleveland, Ohio. Song contains a sample of Rapper Dapper Snapper, performed by Edwin Birdsong, used by permission of South Soul Records. 6, Money Loc is Back, produced by Enough, recorded at Sydney's 24-track studio, Inglewood, California. Number 7, Rump Shake, produced by Enough, recorded at Sydney's 24-track studio, Inglewood, California. All lyrics by Mr. Money Loc, all songs, copyright, and published Kirison Music BMI. So 2 of those tracks come from California. 2 were recorded at Panther Studios, 1 by Bobby Jones. Pretty cool. Nothing way out of there, but just the Bobby Jones credit is so far the gem we found so far. And let's just briefly look at the Stony Burke Recordings logo. Based on what K-Chill, and I think somebody else, maybe it was Bobby Jones, somebody mentioned, I know K-Chill mentioned that Kermit, when I guess he heard of gangster rap, he didn't understand the gangster part of gangster rap, and he thought of like cool old 70s gangsters. And this logo right here surely is the cool 70s gangster. All right, so we got the special thanks section. To my dear friends, much love and see you when I'm banking corners. Goes out to the following streets and any and all hustlers that gave a buddy props off the block. 116th Union Buckeye, Continental Lardette, 131st, 133rd Miles, Crooked as Cane. Is that Cane? Crooked as Cane. Harvard 105, Westchester, South Boulevard. He's giving shouts out to streets. North Boulevard, Long Beach Boulevard, Market DeForest, PCH, Pacific Coast Highway. Are these all in California? 20th and 21st, Santa Fe Ave, Louise, Poly Apartments, Walnut Cherry. Wouldn't it be cool if we see East 1999, St. Clair? 7th Street, 19th Street, Salt Lake. Oh, what do we have here? St. Clair. Yay, right in the middle, St. Clair. It's really a real place, guys. St. Clair, 111th Street, Kinsman, Bartlett, 93rd, Maple Row, Beechwood, MLK Drive, MLK Boulevard, King Kennedy, Woodhill Park, Kings Park, MacArthur Park, Gordon Park. Thanks for showing me that it's still homies that can kick it without feuding. To any and all cowardly people thinking of running up or smoking that shit, acting like you're Superman, watch your back, punk, because I'm still loking up.
Of course you can't say the word. See, because once we accept white people, they think that they can say the word. Oh, no, you can't.
Extra special thanks goes to my creator for blessing me with my skills, Eric Drake, Sidney Thompson, Dave Paisley, Bobby Jones, Gerald Robinson, Kermit Henderson, Leroy Creighton, Adam Favors, the Augustus family, Soulful Senate Music, Jazzmark, Andrew Howard, no hard feelings, any and all radio stations who play my shit, all my underground homies still keeping it real in this trifling game of microphone hustling, the mighty McBoo. That reminds me of D-Nice. Some like McBoo, he's X-rated. Maybe that is the same McBoo. Battle Axe, Draybone, my friend Brooklyn, my East Cleveland friends, the Suave, Obi-Wan, the Rugged One, Under the Influence. Is that? I think that was another group on. I think it's on Jamit Recordings. I think they were UTI maybe. Under the Influence, Lay Low. Is that Lay Low or Lay Law? All Long Beach artists for paving the way. All ex-gangbangers. Let's get this shit under control, because any real tax-paying adult will admit that we ain't doing shit but killing our damn selves. My baby sister Bridget, even though she's the oldest, Kent State University, my entire West Coast and East Coast family members, Long Beach, Cleveland, my Jamaican homegirl Sandy, Tata, anyone who had anything to do with this project that I may have forgotten, all the small-minded, backstabbing, hoe-type, jealous, coward-ass people who doubted me or helped add to this pain in my mentals. Thanks for keeping me focused and determined to make it to this game. Extra thanks to all my real friends who continue to be down for whatever. My friends who showed up to the photo shoot, Snoop, Loaf, Kerm, and D, and any and all MCs keeping it real in 96. The rest of you all can get your ass beat down if that's how you want it. So stop looking for your name, because I'm still real with this. Hopefully, one day black people will realize that some of the greatest problems we're facing in the inner city ghettos today are being caused by the same punk people who keep bitching about them. Hopefully, One day we can weed out all of the phony people in this rap game and come together as one, representing black-owned, black talent. But until that day, all whack-ass wannabe hardcore rappers, stay the fuck away from me and my daughter. Fuck rapping. I'm serving lumps to these chumps. This project is dedicated to my only source of sanity and love of my life, my daughter, Jasmine Brianna, BKA, Lil Trouble. I promise to be your friend, comforter, guidance, financial backer, and as much help as God will allow me to be until my last breath. Daddy loves you. Signed, Mr. Money Loc. Okay, so that was an examination of this interior. Kind of cool how, like, through the light, the front cover seeps through, and it kind of like looks like a transparent background on the thing. Anyway, there it is, Dedication, produced by Bobby Jones, Panther Studios. All right, taking a look at this front cover, Mr. Money Loc, no fear, no pain. And there's shadows to the left and right. One is, the no fear almost looks like, oh, bright light. And the no pain looks like Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin. Ha ha ha. And then in the hand, as we see the Faces of Death album cover, semi-crumpled, not completely. You know, funny enough, that's not an original edition. Faces of Death. He's got a re-release with the original with the original Thugs in the top left-hand corner. You know, looking at it more, is that a cassette cover? I can't really tell if that's a CD or a cassette, but that kind of changes the story a bit, because it does look a little bit more vertical than square, and where his fingers are, it's kind of blocking their faces. But it is a re-release version of the cover, so hey, at least you don't have to feel bad that he was crumbling up, you know, one of the original editions that are a lot more rare. He's just crumbling up, you know, a more common reprint. And then in his other hand, I'm not sure what those are. You guys got any ideas? It's like some triangles, red triangles. I don't know, but there's something in his other hand, his left hand. But what a cryptic thing that this underground album is crumbling up an underground version of Bone Enterprises. And we don't know the story about it. Wouldn't it be something if they weren't famous yet? Although I would have to imagine 1996, yeah, they were famous by now. He's not crumbling up, creeping on a come up. He's crumbling Bone Enterprise. And if you have headaches or you're scared, just listen to the Mr. Money Loc album and it'll cure you. You will no longer have fear or pain. Now, once again, we're looking at these Faces of Death and My Saddest Day. Wouldn't it be something if we eventually, on this next album or one of these albums, we see some kind of release by Bone that we never heard of before? That would be pretty amazing. So far, it's Faces of Death and Dre Bone. Let's take a look at the CD itself. All right, so first we have some kind of cartoon graphic here. He's got his hands up. I mean, the rest is pretty much straightforward. It's it's what we read in the liner notes, and we have that SBR-7213 copyright 1996 Kirsten Music. Yeah, it's the Money Loc CD. All right, and then finally we have the back cover. So, in 1993, Stony Burke Recordings introduced you to a new multi-platinum sound. In the 9-6, we're banking corners again. So, there's a little reference to the 93 Bone Enterprise Faces of Death album. So they're even referencing Faces of Death on the back of the CD tray. And in 96, Mr. Money Loc is the new hope for Stony Burke. Let's zoom in on the color version of that little cartoon. So is it a leprechaun? Is it a leprechaun in front of a pot of gold? And then there's like a rainbow in the background. How does this even make any sense? I mean, I'm sure it does, but a leprechaun, a pot of gold, and a rainbow. And you know, that's just like independent films, independent record labels. Any kind of weird stuff could happen, and that makes all this stuff kind of fun to look through. So yeah, pretty much the same stuff that's on the inside cover. That's the Mr. Money Loc, No Fear, No Pain. Let's take a look at the next one by Mr. Money Loc. All right, so this one, I don't know if those are like gold coins. Now that we have this leprechaun reference, are those all gold coins on the front cover? And I don't know which one came first, which one came next, but this one is not on Stony Brook. It's on Loc Up Records. So I guess Mr. Money Loc learned the game from Stony Brook. It was like, well, I'm coming out with my own CD. So let's unwrap this one. This one even has a censor tag on it. The censor tags. Remember the censor tags? So here we got it. The Wrath. Mr. Money Loc, Throw Your Hood Up. This is one of the worst album covers I've ever seen. It's so hard to read. But Throw Your Hood Up featuring Above the Law. There's the back there. Prepare yourself. The wrath is coming. The back isn't so bad, but the front is so hard to read. Oh, I kind of see. So this is, in a way, an EP that leads to an album because it says, taken from the forthcoming album, The Wrath, never to be seen again. Also, I can't even read that. I'm going to have to zoom in here. Also contains Ride With Us, featuring Above the Law and Domino. So he's got Above the Law and Domino. He's got Above the Law on 2 songs and Domino on 1. Got these gold coins. Got him looking all mesmerized with like storm eyes or some kind of, I don't know, man. His eyes are all green. And then this is where the disappointment kicks in. There's no interior for the album cover. There's just a CD, and the CD is the same picture as those coins that are on the front cover. So there you have Loc Up Records with his whole face just totally kicked out from that hole in the disc. Got the bottom there. Yep, at least it was a real manufactured CD and not a CDR, so we'll give Loc Up Records that kind of credit for that kind of reproduction. But just a white back. I mean, if you printed on that side, why didn't you just print on the other side? Especially if you want to make a good impression. Never to be seen again. Throw Your Hood Up, featuring Above the Law. Gold coins with some kind of like lightning and stuff at the top. In his eyes, mesmerized, lightning. So that's going to just leave us this back cover to derive any information from. Throw Your Hood Up, produced by E. Costin for Loc Up Productions, written by Mr. Money Loc and Above the Law. Cocktails 2 intro. So Above the Law, Ruthless Records, you wonder if this second album, he somehow got on with Ruthless after Bone got with Ruthless. Kind of interesting. So he's crushing Faces of Death on his first album, and then Bone hooks it up and gets him some production from Above the Law of Ruthless. Number 2, track 2, Ride With Us, Bring Your Transfer. Bring Yo Transfer. Produced by E. Costin for Loc Up Productions, written by Mr. Money Loc, Above the Law, and Domino. Wow, so Domino and Above the Law. Track 3, F That N. Produced by E. Costin for Loc Up Productions, overseen by Mr. Money Loc. Track 4, Throw Your Hood Up instrumental, and Ride With Us instrumental. Okay, so this is like a single, a maxi single. And that's why it was in that cardboard. The cassette was in the single cardboard. So this all makes sense. Above the Law appears courtesy of Black-owned entertainment, Tommy Boy Records. Domino appears courtesy of Domino Entertainment. Prepare yourself. The wrath is coming. But what do we have here? www.stonyburk.com. Artwork by Jim Dudash. So Jim Dudash, I think his name was on the previous album as well. He did a good job on the first one. This one, some of the color schemes were hard to read, Jim. Manufactured and distributed by Loc Up Records, produced by E. Costin, 1998, Karasan Music BMI. So Stony Brook gets their website address in there. So there's that. But that's the only link. So hard to really know. And I don't know if The Wrath is Coming or whatever his album is supposed to be called ever came out. But that's your Mr. Money Loc albums there. At least we saw the Bobby Jones reference, the Kermit Henderson reference, the Bone Enterprise, the Dre Bone, Stony Brook, and St. Clair. So this was, I mean, I don't know if it was worth 20 minutes of your time, but at least we got a little bit of a glimpse. All right, well, thanks for hanging with me as we unwrapped Mr. Money Loc, No Fear, No Pain, and Throw Your Hood Up single from the forthcoming album, The Wrath, never to be seen again. On behalf of Cecil West, I am Jonathan Lippy. Be on the lookout for when we unbox Stray Bone, My Saddest Day, and we will see you in the next one.